The brutal campaign stage 12-3 is where most Raid Shadow Legends players spend all their time trying to farm up XP to level up their champions to 60. Whether you do it in 1 hour or you do it in maybe 1 week is determined by your campaign farmer's ability to kill the waves really fast. In this video, I'm going to be highlighting Bellower's build that allows him to farm this campaign in 6 seconds. Now, this video will be beneficial to newer players in the game who is trying to choose who should be their default campaign farmer. If you have a Bellower, he should be your campaign farmer, except you have a better choice like a hound. That's also an other option that people might go for. But if you're here for this video, you want to build your Bellower to campaign farm 12-3 in 6 seconds, this is the right video for you. Also, if you have a campaign farmer who is doing it in 10 seconds, 15 seconds as a older player, this is the time for you to level up Bellower and give him the right gear to do this campaign in 6 seconds. So you can get your 6-star champions faster. So let's go straight to his build and masteries. There's no need to beat about the bush, but we'll first of all look at his skills that makes it even possible for him to do this. His animations, his A1s and A2 and A3 are all AoE damage. Where is my Bellower? That's him right there. So if you take a look at his A1, attacks all enemies, has the 20% chance of placing block active skills. We don't care about this, we just want to see that this is an A1 that attacks all enemies. On the A2, he also attacks all enemies. On the A3, he also attacks all enemies. So that's why he's able to do this campaign 12-3 so fast, because he attacks all enemies every time with each hit. But you cannot compare the damage coming from the A2 and the A3 or the A1. Definitely the A2 and A3 will hit harder than the A1. So that's why we prefer him to use these two abilities instead of the A1 during the waves, because if he does use the A1, it's possible by some of the waves might not go down. But if he uses the A2 and A3 all the time, they will definitely go down, because these abilities do more damage than the A1, in my experience at least. So look at your Bellower build. Without wasting time, let's go to the build. We are trying to aim for a speed that will allow us to go 2 times before the enemies sometimes. So you're not building for speed, but you're building for crit rate and crit damage. That's what you're building for. That's the 2 things you should look for. If you can get some attack, that's also fine. So I found my crit rate and crit damage in some attack build, crew sets. So wherever you can get your crit rate and crit damage from, it could be from lifesteal, it could be from speed gear, it could be from any set. So it doesn't really matter the sets you use, just make sure you have crit damage and crit rate available for him. So on my first gear here, you can see I have a lot of crit rate and speed. This one has crit rate again and some accuracy. This one crit rate. See, so I was looking for crit rate and crit damage on everything. You can see even 4% crit damage is over there. And then I've got a gauntlet that has crit damage and crit rate. It's really important if you want to take your crit damage really high, that your campaign farmer should have a crit damage gauntlet. But in the event that you don't have a crit damage gauntlet, you might want to go for a crit rate gauntlet to hit 100%, especially if you're a newer player who doesn't have this crit damage gauntlets yet. You might want to go to crit rate here. If you can't get crit rate in other substats, get your crit rate here and get crit damage elsewhere. Also, for your chest to boost up your damage, remember he is not taking any damage, so you don't really need HP or defense over here. You should take that chance to boost up his damage with some attack stats, which is a flat attack, which is a percentage attack chest I have on him, to also boost that damage up. If you can get complete sets, that would be nice, but I'm having a broken set right here. For the boots, of course, you go with speed, and my speed boots also has some crit rate over there and some attack. So that's what I build him in. For my ring, I have attack and attack percentage, of course. Remember, we're going for all damage. You cannot get crit damage over here, so don't even try. And for the amulet, I went for crit damage 40% over there and some substats for attack maybe. I didn't get good rolls for the substats, but hey, crit damage, this is what makes him do the damage. These 2 main parts of the build. Of course, the chest attack might help also. If I get a 6-star chest, I'll put it on him also. And for the banner, you might think, what about accuracy? What about HP? What? No. Go attack banner. See? So you can get attack and attack percentage on your banner. That will also help him nuke down the waves faster. I'm stressing this because you might want to use your Bellower in other parts of the game and you were like, he's dying. But if he's your campaign farmer, you really wouldn't shine in other parts of the game. That's what I think about building a campaign farmer specifically for the campaign 12.3. For the masteries, if you want him to do the good job, please put some masteries on him. It just makes killing the waves easier and it makes your build less stressful. So a typical nuker's masteries will look something like this: crit rate, crit damage, more damage if he's on full HP, which is always on full HP when he's attacking those waves. So that's what you should go for. And also this one that increases his speed every time he kills. So that's why you don't really need him to, you see, I didn't put speed substats in many of the gear. I went for crit damage and crit rate substats because he can get spills from killing the waves. So he boosts his speed when he kills the waves. And also this one increases damage by 8% on the first hit on each enemy. So this also helps him do more damage. I was just going for stuff that will make him do more damage. You see, we didn't choose this one because he's not going for, targets that have higher max HP than he does, because those little champions, most of them, he has higher max HP. I might be wrong, but this is mostly for bosses and stuff like that. And finally, on the tier 6 mastery, we went for Helm Smasher. Remember, he's not placing decreased defense or whatever before he's nuking the waves. So this will ignore 25% of the target's defense. It has a 50-50% chance, so sometimes he doesn't ignore their defense. That's why sometimes the waves don't die. So if he fails to ignore somebody's defense, they might survive his damage. But if he ignores their defense, there's no way they're surviving that hit. So that's the mastery that I went for. If you do not have enough crit damage, you feel that you want to go for crit damage, most people build him with flawless execution for more crit damage, 20%. But I feel like ignoring 25% of the defense is better than boosting your more crit damage, because already I have enough crit damage in my build. So that's the idea for this offense tree. You will gain nothing in the defense tree for a campaign farmer. Rather, you gain something from the support tree, which is turn meter, boosts, accuracy, and all that. So you might want to go down that route. And also decreases the turn meter of, this one might be useful in other parts of the game. The first time you hit the enemy so they don't take a turn. This one increases the chance of placing debuffs also from artifacts and from his skills if you want to use him in other parts of the game, especially for the dragon when he controls the entire waves. So that's the build I went for the Bellower. That's his masteries. And if you want to see him in action right now and see if my Bellower can actually do 6 seconds, remember, if he ignores the defense, it will be 6 seconds. If he doesn't, so Bellower, don't fail me this time. Let's see if I get a 6 seconds run. I usually get a 6 seconds run, but let's see if I get it this time. And that's my best time on the run also. So let's see. Boom, they all died. Boom, they all died. Oh, one survived. Come on. So if one survives, it's going to be a longer run, and then it's not 6 seconds. That's 10 seconds. I want to see it being done in 6 seconds. So this video is true to its name. One survived again. Come on, Bellower, you can do it. He needs to kill all of them. I have improvements to do to my attack chest. And I have improvements to do to my crit damage gauntlets. Okay, they all died this time. One always survives. Come on. That was 7 seconds. That was 7 seconds. Close. Almost 6. But hey, I'm currently doing a recording, I guess. That's why my frame rate is not exactly as fast as it should be, because I'm taking down the entire waves, but I'm not getting 6 seconds. So anyways, that's my Bellower build for a 6 seconds campaign farmer, and he does do it in 6 seconds. Maybe my frame rate is not in the highest level right now. And if you can get your crit damage really, really high, Let me see my total stat for this Bellower and see. All right, my total stat for Bellower, I forgot to show this, is 28k HP, which I don't care about. Attack should be a little bit higher. Speed 191. He goes 2 times before the enemies can even take a turn sometimes. And crit rate is 96%, not 100. So I should push this to 100%. And if you can get 200% crit damage, that would be awesome. I'm getting some crit damage from the Masteries and some from the Great Hall. If you want your Bellower to increase crit damage, you should add some attack to your Great Hall and some crit damage to your Great Hall. That will improve his damage a great deal. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, it's over here on the Great Hall. This will help your campaign farmer if you put some upgrades on your crit damage over here. That's if you don't have any other thing you're focusing on. And what else? That's my campaign farmer build for Bellower. If you have any other questions about, which other options you want to choose or gear builds and all that, if you're not sure which type of gear to choose, head over to Elhade's Artifact Extractor 2, select the option for optimize, go to presets, and then you can see a 7-second campaign farmer build right there, a preset that you can apply, and it will select which stats you need for your campaign farmer. It will show you the minimum speed is 105, crit rate 100%, and high crit damage. And if you do optimize, it will look on your artifacts and find the right build for your campaign farmer. So this tool can help you if you don't want to manually select your artifacts by yourself and build it by yourself. So it can show you your crit damage of, even showing me an improvement of 130 crit and 184. So maybe if I build this, I might be able to get the speed I need. But currently this is showing me artifacts belonging to other people. I'm not going to do that right now. So that's the 2 ways you can build it by yourself or using the Hellhate tool. Let me know what you think about this 6-second campaign farmer. Do you even have a 6-second campaign farmer? How many seconds does your campaign farmer do in the brutal? I'll see you guys in the next video. This is a short one. I just wanted to drop this out for those players who are still doing 16 seconds, 20 seconds campaign farming. Hope you find this useful. Drop a like if you do, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night.